not long ago in closing. They said in time of the First World War, I had my father's older brothers, my cousins was in that war. Many of them got killed. But in one place there, they had a whole regiment of soldiers, American soldiers, pinned down. German army had them pinned down. And the machine gun fire and the big cannons and whatever they had, mortar fire, whatever it was, had them pinned down. They couldn't get out. And there's no way getting out. There's a whole regiment of soldiers perishing right there because it's on every side. They had planes there, so they went up to shoot it down. A man tried to get out, well, this is every side. There wasn't nothing. Their fine guns had failed. All their military strategy had failed. They were pinned in by the enemy. There was no way of getting out. There wasn't nothing. And finally, one little soldier come up. He found a pigeon, one of those Homer pigeons. So he knew that this pigeon, if it could get out of there, would carry the message to the main headquarters, to where they'd been stationed. And so they sat down and wrote on a note, "We are pinned down in a certain position, at a certain area. We're out of ammunition. In a few hours, we'll have to surrender or either we'll be massacred." And they pinned this or tied it on the foot of this little dove and turned him loose. Now he's a home-loving bird, so what does he do? He takes back home for his find his mate. She was worried about him. He'd have to come back home. And as he went up, the Germans seen what had happened. So the thing they done, they started shooting at the dove. And one of them hit him with the .30 caliber machine gun or bullet. It broke his leg. Another tore a big hunk out of his back. His chest was bruised all the way across. One of his wings is crippled, the end shot off of it. And he flew sideways. But he kept climbing. Finally, he made it. Crippled, wounded, broken, bruised. But he fell in the camp with the message. One soldier picked him up, looked at him. This little fella said he's been shot. He looked at his little leg on his little bruised leg, and there was a note. They read the note. It was covered with blood. Though it was covered with blood, the message got through. It got through. They sent reinforcements quickly and saved the whole regiment of soldiers. The little pigeon hadn't got through, all them men would have perished. What a disaster that would have been. It would have been a horrible thing. And that was a great thing for that little pigeon to do. Though it cost his blood was on the message. That was a great thing, but not half as great. Till one day when sin had the sons of God pinned down. There was no hopes. There was nothing that they could do. All hopes is gone. But there came not a pigeon, but a dove. Transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of our peace is upon him, and with his stripes we were healed. Sickness, superstition, and devils had us pinned down. There was no way out. The church had gone wrong. It went off on denominational things, and the Pharisees, Sadducees, and washing of pots and pans, and the Word of God become of no effect. But this little dove came down. And there's only one thing could take place. There had to be a Redeemer. But being wounded, broken, beaten, torn, but he knowed his way back home. So from Calvary's cross, where they bruised him, mashed him, tore him, like a bunch of wolves upon him, he made his flight from Calvary and then landed at heaven's doors saying, "It's finished! It's finished!" They're free. Sickness can be healed now. Sinners can be saved. The captive can be set free. this afternoon in simplicity had been born in a manger, dying on a cross. But he reached heaven with the blood of his own self on the message, and he delivered the sons of God. But now we can be again sons of God and daughters of God, to live in holiness and purity, to live in his presence. I'm so thankful for that dove that came down from glory, that took the message that I was in need, and he flew back to heaven with it. It was bloody all over, where the sins of the world had done. But today, I'm liberated. I'm free. I'm so glad